Hi guys, welcome back to the show, and our guest is Adedotun Ademiloye, who is an executive record label owner and a music business professional with trainings both in institutions in Nigeria and abroad, of course. He was a former drummer at the Oni of Ife's Palace, and his commitment beyond music, he's just done lots of things, earned his credentials from University of London and Berklee College, and a member of the Digital Marketing Institute Dublin. And of course, his work has crossed different boards and authored 3 books, 2 inclusive. Welcome to the show, Dotun.
Nice. Your resume is very impressive. You've authored books, and you studied music, and I think it's very apt for being a music manager. That's fantastic. But before we even delve into anything, tell us, how has your music industry, how has the music industry in 2023, been so far?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been good. It has always been good, for Nigerian music. It's getting bigger, by the year, and I personally look forward to having some more of original artists, talents really coming out, than the popular that we have now.
Okay.
I think there should be a kind of structural support for more creative, talent, and more artists that are more creative,
Okay.
Away from what we're used to. When you have a style and it's just all over everywhere, it just keeps going like that. But then when you have people coming with some new thing, fresh blood, so I think I really look forward to that. And
okay, so there were great hits and rising stars in 2023. We want your list of, say, 5 of them, of the greatest hits and rising stars that you think, rised in 2023.
Oh, okay. So, my list might not be a list that everybody will agree to, or probably.
Okay, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Yeah. So, when you say rising, number one, for most of the artists that we have, when you say rising, you're talking about rising in Nigeria, rising, globally, because there are just different areas that.
Okay.
So, a rising in Nigeria can still be, you're still trying to crawl when it comes to the global scene. So, well, I think a couple of them in the secular space, because I try to work in between both the secular and the gospel.
Okay.
So and to really bring in value into that, into two different sectors, kind of. So, for me, I'd say, well, we've seen the rise of someone like Rema, and I've had courses to kind of talk about him in a couple of interviews and sometimes criticize him and all that on a couple of things and things he's done, but it's really been doing well. This guy, I've forgotten his name now. Crayon.
Okay.
Yeah,
Crayon. But just I really look to to seeing him take the world. He's very good, and he should be out there. You should really be out there, doing good things on global stages and all that. So,
I know you have other people on the list, but let's also tailor the conversation to what we were talking about, the 6 stages of artist development. And that's to prepare artists for the 2024 plan and goals. So it would be good if you're an artist to just take some points and overview of what should be the stages of artist development. But can you give us like an overview of the 6 stages of artist development? Just highlight the key milestones and transition artists typically experience in their journey.
Okay, so this is actually a research I actually did a couple of years ago, and I tried to publish. Now, there are 6 stages involved, when it comes to artist development, and it starts from you coming from the grassroots, coming from a stage or a position whereby no one knows you, to growing, as you grow, you grow in influence, grow in finance and all that. So, but the first one I came up with was what I call the discovery stage.
Okay.
Yeah, the discovery, and the main goal of the discovery stage is that stage is not necessarily to really make money, but then you are trying to get your sound out. You are coming out with what I call the UVP. The UVP is where we have the unique value proposition. You are coming to the industry or to your space. It could be what it's called. It could be an artist, not music artist. Could be music artist. Could be other artists. People involved in the creative space. So you're coming out with something unique. that people can relate, can say, when they hear the sound, you can, I have a guy like that, Dotun Jones. I don't know if you guys know him, Dotun Jones.
I think I heard of him.
Yeah, so, like, it's really growing now, it's really doing well and all that. So now, when you hear him, you could tell that this is different. This guy is good and is different. His sound, his tone, his compositions, his way of writing songs. And I know maybe together, but then I know that when it comes to writing songs and coming up with a unique proposition, what informs that? What makes you come out in a unique way? And most of the time it comes from our experiences, our environment, our background, our educational background, exposures, vocations and all that. So all those things really will form some values inside of you. So when you want to come up, with a song or create something, those things will reflect in what you are trying to do. No way. Even like when you speak in English or where you're coming from, it will show.
All right, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so what else are the stages involved in the development of an artist?
Okay, so I just mentioned one, which is the discovery stage.
Yeah.
The second stage is is what I call the refinement stage.
The requirement stage.
Refinement.
Okay.
Refinement.
Okay.
So at that stage, you are what you've proposed to the audience or to the public. At the first stage, what you're doing is just to get feedback.
Yeah.
So you are saying, okay, I have this. People are sampling your song, are sampling. They're saying, oh man, this guy, this guy is different and all that. We have a lot of them like that. Almost everyone went through that stage. The Pokoli, all of them. But sometimes you even discover them just on social media. Like this guy, see where you are, the vibe, and all that. So that is all what you're doing is getting feedbacks.
Yeah.
Nothing but just getting feedbacks. And when that feedback is good, then you are sure of the second stage, which is refinement. At that stage, you're now working on how to get the sound out.
Yeah.
Maybe your first single. Your first single, you're trying to build your social media platforms, through that. From what you've had from stage one, you take it because it's a ladder you're climbing. Basically, the 6 stages are just a ladder that you are climbing. So you cannot actually miss one. If you miss one, you have to go back. You're climbing this ladder. You have to you miss a step, you have to you could fall. So it's like that. So that's the second stage, the refinement stage. The other stage I have there is the maxima stage. I call it a maxima. Like where you're maximizing what you've been doing. So at that maximum stage, you are doing shows already. Okay. Of course, you have a single out or 1 or 2 singles out already. People are relating with you and all that. So at that stage now, you are selling out shows. People are buying your songs, streaming your songs, downloading them and all that. So at that stage, I refer that stage as what I call the cash cow stage. You're cashing out, because you've built audiences and all that. So you keep going like that. So that's the second stage, and that's the third stage. So the other stage is I don't know if I'm missing.
No, we're kind of building up because we want to look at it from the perspective of how it flows.
Okay.
I know that there's the collaboration stage.
Yeah.
Let's look at how partnerships contribute to an artist's development, and advice you have for artists entering collaborative ventures, because now artists are collaborating. Now it's very important. Let's talk about that specifically.
Okay, so collaboration. What does collaboration mean? It means that you are trying to leverage. Life is about leverage. You cannot have it all. So what are you leveraging on? What do you have? Because for you to come to say you want to leverage, that means you are bringing something to the table too, and you are seeing someone that probably has something that you don't have that you can leverage on, to also rise and do one or two things. So, so what collaboration is meant to do or should do is for you to be able to eat into the fan base of him and eat into my fan base. So people that are exposed, because he is unique in his own way, I'm unique in my own way. People that he probably has built his own audience, and I tell you, they are loyal to him. They are loyal to him. So when we come together to say we want to do something together, his audience are able to see me. I'm able to, to move visible to them and say, man, this guy too, So it's like sharing what you have and all that. Basically, that's what collaboration is. And I think in Nigeria, it's been something that's that has been going on, even though I feel sometimes it's not really being properly managed. Because when it comes to collaboration, there are a lot of things that needs to go into it. You don't just collaborate with an artist. I used to give, when I'm training, I used to give people, I will talk about a particular artist, about two of them, from different styles of music, one from the Fuji, one from hip hop, and one from the gospel, about three of them like that. And let me not mention the name, so that you don't look at, because it's something more criticizing. But then it's just that the one you are training, you have to be able to bring out those things so that your people can learn the actual thing. So if you have a fan base, or you have a craft, a song, or you have built a fan base that you have built your brand around it, strong brand, and I have not built that kind of brand, it's easy, or it's possible that me working with you, you could eat up my space in that collaboration, that I might not be able to really and get more value, much value out of it, like you will do. It's I know you get what I'm saying, but it's kind of complicated. But then,
so
but that's
I'm rubbing off your success, and the other person is not getting as much value from it.
And it's not because the person actually is doing that. It's because you have not put some things in place before you go on that adventure, go on that journey.
Okay, so because of time and all of that, let's look at what advice you have or steps you offer to help artists, or you give them to navigate each stage of the musical journey, because we've highlighted collaboration, there's self-promotion, there's personal, building a personal brand, there's the refinement, and the identifying the music's identity, or identifying his personality. So what advice do you have for those who are trying to navigate this process? Okay,
so for me, working in that space in Nigeria, it's been kind of difficult, to do a couple of things in Nigeria when it comes to artist development, because number one, a lot of the artists here in Nigeria, or a lot of us here in Africa, wants to get things done quickly, go. I mean, even though sometimes we don't even have the resources to actually achieve that, but then we still want things to. But then I used to tell people and tell artists that there is always a stage, especially at the time that we're starting out, for us to always sit and draft things. I tell them, coming to work with me, we are working. I work with you as a business consultant. We need to sit down, come up with a business plan that is workable. So now, all the stages that we are light, we need to even know which stage are you. That is, if we're not working with an artist that's just rising, if probably an artist that is that's already doing well and is having some issues, because those stages have their own challenges. You can miss a stage and go back to stage 1 or stage 2. So now we need to diagnose what are the issues. Then we now need to come up with a plan. There must be a business plan. So I use business terms strictly, the one that comes to that. It's a business plan we need to come up with. Look at your value proposition. What is there any issue with that? Look at your target audience. Is there any issue with that? What has happened to your audience? What has audience that you used to have couple of years ago? Somehow you've lost them. What happened? It's a lot of things that you need to. That's what happened. But a lot of them don't see that. You just feel like, even some that think they have, some little resources or money to try around, you just want to, no. This is, like, you have to really work.
I think we need a full masterclass.
Because of time.
We don't have the time for it.
Honestly.
But if you've been listening to our show and you're wondering what we're discussing, we'll be talking about navigating the music odyssey, unveiling the 6 stages of artist development. And so far, like I mentioned, it's a full masterclass, but hopefully we'll be able to have you back on our show to give us the full details of all that we've discussed.
Thank you so much, Dotun.
Thank you for having me.
Thank
you very much.
And I know there's something coming up that you're doing, but because of time, we'll take